My chickens are huge. Ooh, I am a vicious hawk. If you've been here a while, you guys know about Binx. Binx was a Black Widow. She was my first Black Widow that I ever got. I got her from Micro Wilderness, and I ended up loving her so much that I made a plush. I know Black Widows have like a scary reputation, obviously. Wow, she's actually really gentle. Okay. Like, Black Widows don't get the same love that like jumping spiders do, and that's okay. They're not for everyone, but Binx is how I found out I do enjoy keeping Black Widows quite a lot, actually. They're one of my favorite species to keep. I mean, there's multiple species, but one of my favorite kinds of spiders to keep is Black Widows. I've done an entire video on them. In fact, I'll link it down below, but they make amazing pets. However, unfortunately, Binx has finally passed away, and I say it like that because she was ancient, okay? When I unboxed her on my channel several years ago, she was already like basically an adult, so, you know, who knows how old she already was, and then she went on to live like so much longer. Like, just to put it into perspective, and the amount of time that I had Binx, like unboxing her as an adult, and then I unboxed Holly, which was a much smaller captive bred Black Widow. Definitely different markings. There she goes. It's cool to have another species, especially a captive bred smaller one to raise up. That makes me excited. Grew Holly all the way up into adulthood, and then she passed away. Meanwhile, Binx like lived an entire year longer than I think I had Holly. Like, it's kind of crazy. That said, we do have a box, and this is a box that comes to us from Micro Wilderness. If you ever decide to shop with Micro Wilderness, you can use my affiliate code CAT10. It'll save you 10% and it helps me out. I told Nate what happened. I said, hey, just so you know, the Black Widow did finally pass. He was really sorry to hear that, and so he actually sent us some Black Widows, which was so nice of him. So I actually already did crack the box open just to make sure everybody arrived okay, because they came yesterday and I just didn't have time to film yesterday. But the way he packaged them is actually like perfect, because like they're just in these vials with like moss, and like totally fine to just hang out in here for a while. So he sent us 2 Western Black Widows, and he also sent along some Carabina versicolor slings, and they are super duper tiny. I'm probably just gonna leave them like in a vial like this. And I also made some really cool enclosures for the Black Widows. So you guys know that I put Binx in an enclosure like this. It was a coffin crib. I think it was one of the first times we used the coffin crib, and I made a Helena My Chemical Romance inspired enclosure, and it's still to this day one of my favorite enclosures that I've made. And I've seen so many of you guys replicate it on Instagram and everything, and I freaking love it. But yeah, so I decided to go ahead and do the same thing. This time though, I was able to use this like wood from Tarantula cribs, and yeah, it's just really cool. So here's one with the black shiny background, and then this one is just a mix of purple and blue flowers, and I did sphagnum moss instead for this one. So I kind of wanted it to be similar to how Binx's enclosure was, because that's one of the things I loved about her, was how she just like fit in that enclosure so well. She matched it. Like, originally when I made that enclosure, I put a jumping spider in there, but it was like a really old one and she didn't live too long. And when I filmed that video, so many people told me to put a Black Widow in there, and yeah, just it worked out perfectly. All right, let's go ahead and get a good look at these. Sorry you guys didn't see that. She like hung on. I hope she webs up a bunch like Binx did. But she already looks beautiful in this enclosure. All right, let's do another. Oh, there you go. Come on. All right, here goes the other one. I'm gonna give them both a good little spray down. Hopefully they web up pretty quickly. I want to see what their webbing looks like tomorrow. I just want to interrupt the video and show you guys all of the webbing that both of them accomplished overnight. As you can see, this enclosure has already been webbed up a ton, and it looks so good. I absolutely love the color of these flowers. If you haven't checked Michael's lately, they have like a ton of their Halloween stuff out, and I found all these synthetic roses there. They were $1.99 a bundle. And also, I really love the black glitter background on this coffin, and the natural wood. Last time we used some kind of plastic from Michael's, but this natural wood looks great. I forget what exactly it's called, but I know Tarantula Cribs sells it. It's really nice. It hasn't molded for me yet. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a clip of both of them eating because they are a little bit on the thin side. They do need to be hydrated a bit, so I thought giving them some hornworms would make their abdomens nice and big and plump and shiny, just like how I like them. Also already decided on names. This one is named Nettle and the one with the red flowers is named Thistle. So I thought those were really cute fitting names for them, and I really like the kind of theme going on. I also recognize that it's kind of weird to lose a pet and then like show them basically getting replaced in the same video. I don't see it that way. I can see how some people would feel that, but Binx was a really beloved pet and I had her a really long time. She was seriously the black widow that got me into keeping widows, and she's obviously never going to be forgotten because she was so impactful for me and so many of you guys as well. But it is important for me to continue to keep black widows just because, like I said, this is like one of my icebreaker animals. When somebody comes over and they're a little hesitant of spiders and stuff, this is like one of the first ones I show them, and they're so majestic it almost takes the fear away immediately. Plus it's also nice to basically explain to them that this is my most venomous animal, but no, it's not deadly, and just kind of like give them that whole spiel. So it is important for me to continue to keep widows, and I plan on always having some. Now, as for these Carabiner versicolor, I am probably just gonna leave them in these little vials, but I would like to pull out a lot of this moss. This one's all the way down here. So let's go ahead and just pull out some moss, and we'll just leave them in these enclosures until they get bigger. I could probably throw a little stick in here as well or something. Let me see what I got. Oh, perfect. If I can fit that, will this fit? So that was a pretty easy enclosure to put together. Oh yeah, let's give it a little spray too. Fine mist, just a fine mist like that. And there we go. This one I think's this one's hanging out at the top. So we're probably gonna get a good little nice walk out of this one. I only want it to come out because, oh, look at it go. They are so hard to get off of you once they start walking on you though. It is kind of a little bit of a challenge. Look at you go. Okay, well, you're distracted. I'm gonna pull out some. Oh no. Oh no, okay, here. Oh, bolting. No, there we go. Oh, oh, oh. Come on. Yes. Now stay in there. Oh. Out again. Ah! Oh my gosh. One day. Yep, go in. Go in, not on. In. There we go. Lid. Wow, what a challenge. Okay, let me give it a little mist. Oh, all right. Well, I actually, there we go. I misted right through the holes. But yay, okay, so we also have 2 Carabiner versies to grow up as well. I'm gonna put them right up here by Bonbon. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much, Nate, for all of these spiders. I really appreciate you. And I'm glad to have some black widows again. It felt really like weird in here not to have a black widow. That's like one of the first things I show people when they visit. They're one of the most intriguing and beautiful spiders. Hopefully, you know, these 2 do well for me. They, you know, they are kind of older, so it's a little dicey, but we did good with Binx, so fingers crossing. But yeah, like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not, and you want to be. Don't forget I have an Instagram to use probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a website. It's tarantulakat.com. Go check it out. I will see you guys soon. Let's get into the members picks.